Morai ורבותיי, continuing on Shikaru Harachai, so Kuf Lamed Bet, Sif Bet, Yudal Lamed Aleph, the regular prince of Mishna Berurah, and Maran writes, Asula Adam Latzet Bibet HaKnesset from Kedusha B'Sigra, which we studied already together. A person may not exit the shul before the Kedusha of Uba Letzion. As the world stands, says the Maran, so the world stands on Kedusha B'Sigra from the day that it was destroyed, and hence it's important we don't want you to leave the shul before saying that the Tzibur and the Ramah adds, Ma'omrim, Achar Siyum Tfilah, Al Lo Shabeach. After the Tfilah, you say Al Shabeach, and you say it standing up, and you say it with Kavanah, or Shemagia El Yoshia, so we're holding. And when you get to El Yoshia, Yafsik Me'at, Kodem Shemar V'anachnu Ko'im Mishtachavim, or Kodem Sfaradim V'anachnu Mishtachavim, you should pause between El Yoshia, that it should not sound like you're saying as one sentence that we also are bowing to El Eloshia, to the gods of the Goyim, the idols and deities of the nations. So as you pause, they bow to El Eloshia, so to speak, deities that they don't save and don't have any power. Pause. Anachnu mishtachavim lifnei melech malchei Baruch Hu. And us, in contrast, we bow to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, King of all kings, and so on. Ve'omrim kadishato b'achar alenu, and after Anu Shabeach, the minhag of the Ashkenazim is they say kadishato. By us, we say kadishato before Baruch Hu, before Anu Shabeach. It's followed by Baruch Hu and Anu Shabeach. Ve'afilu en yatom b'beit HaKnesset, and this is the condition. It's not just because of Yatomim, but you say it even if there's no Yatom in the Beit Knesset. I want to take advantage of this moment to say that many people like saying a lot of Kadishas, additional Kadishas. It's not necessarily a point, and also, same with Hashkabah. Sometimes you have Hashkabah, Shabbat morning, for the Quran, and everyone runs mentioning every name of a dead person that they've ever heard in their life, from the moment that they were born, and so on. It's not for that. It's for people whose your side is this week or there within the year. That's what's for. It's not for mentioning every single name that they mentioned. And this is something that, of course, has to be learned and about what can help this. When they talk to each other, so, you see you mentioned a lot of names. You should know this is for people whose your side is this week, or for people who are Hashanah, within the year of it passing, but nevertheless, says the Ramah, even if you don't have an active avelut of the Yatom, the person that really lost the parents, you say, you give it to somebody that has lost the parents long ago, you say that, and even a person that has a father and mother could say, this has been a takana to say it for people who don't have people think Kaddish for them, right? In Aviv Imo, but of course you don't want to do it against the will of the parents. If they're very sensitive, some people are very sensitive not to say Kaddish Hatom, they want the kids to say Kaddish Hatom, they think they're going to die if the son says Kaddish Hatom for them, which is really not true, but it goes after the sensitivity of people. So you check it with your parents to see if they're okay with it, different views. And obviously they have different minhagim when it comes to this. Some have a clear minhag that they don't do that. Some have a clear minhag who cares about it. They try, for instance, instituted in Baghdad, that the Shatzur says all these conditions. Regardless of who the Shatzur is, that's not you want the Shatzur to be the proper person. He's saying the conditions as well. Yes, and then says the Ramah, a person should say both in and in the afternoon, and we have it disagreed. But they have it disagreed as well. Then the Ashkenaz/Sephardic minhagim have maybe developed more of a custom to say it on their own, under the shul, maybe beforehand. The Test does not say that as a takana, even some of the steps you can see is the same way. They all start 30 for Mincha. Each one privately says it at home or on the shul or when you get to shul, but they start from Ashrei. But the Ramah is pretty clear that we should be saying it in the morning and in the afternoon. And if I look at Achar Tefillah, it's a boker is after Tefillah, and we say it, ואומרים, תפילה עם חילוקנו, first we say עם חילוקנו, ואומרים השיר שעלבים האלה אומרים במקדש, the שיר של יום, right? And that's only, of course, in Shaharit. And then you do the speaking of Korban Tamid and the Torah with the writers, the accomplices, the Rabbanan, and so on, and so forth. Yes, Shtatu. There are those who write, says the Ramah, Lizaher Lomar Pitum HaKetorah B'toch HaKtav. A person should be saying Pitum HaKetorah from a Ktav, from a writing. Why? You know about it, you should not sing by the heart. You should Amrina B'makom HaKetara, because the Hamira is instead of the actual Hakkat. We are acting the Pitum HaKetorah by saying it from acting. And once you're acting it by saying it, you have to be careful not to miss them. Right? That's the reason also some people count 11 and you want to make sure they don't miscount. The problem is sometimes they end up with 10 or 12. That becomes a problem. But nevertheless, the reason that they do count is to make sure that they're saying what is because of this Ramah. Hence, is the Ramah. Say it from the top. The Chayshina, because we are concerned, Shema that maybe you will skip over one of the samurai, one of the 11 species is going to be missed, and Gemara says in Keretot, not the things about this, mind the problem with Aleph. Gemara says if a person misses, then if right? It's been saying in the morning use as well. So therefore, you should be careful not to calculate. Therefore, says the Ramah, you know what Dashan has to do? You just don't say it. Too scary. So I mean, they say it, but first of all, it's not exactly the same. You're learning things about it. It's not really high up the dice. Of course, it's important to be careful. So say carefully from inside. You know, it's an important part of that, as the Ramah itself acknowledged before, stuff will be. Then, as we mentioned before, use Asfar still has it, but people say in many communities privately before they start. Now, it says the Ramah, why is it that we omit this? Because people are rushing out of the Knesset to go to work. The Hashem should have been saying. They're saying that you're davening up quickly, and you never know if you're missing some of the words, and then develop, but we will say it, in the Ashkenazi communities. And it says the Ramah, a beautiful piece at the very end of it, which is sending it to Knesset, when you leave the shul. Omer, say Hashem, then you say Sheva, leaving the shul, you bow backwards, you bow to the Chai, and you leave. Don't just turn your back and leave the shul. You do it in a proper, respectful way. Okay, so the Shura says in this, try to put this together, the remnants of the meal we've not done yet. The Shura says, Anachnu Korim, of course, Sarich L'Kra Shelo Yeh Li'Yeh L'Purpose. We have to bow a little bit, even though that's not one of the places that Chazal instituted that a person should bow, and we mentioned already before that any place that Chazal did not institute a bowing, you cannot bow. But here you bow because you say you're bowing. Anachnu Korim, we are bowing to you, Hashem. And then you're standing like this, straight, so that doesn't sound and look good. Therefore, you do it, then it should not look like you're fulfilled. you would deny it, and therefore is right to then the level, not bowing, full bowing. You learn the halachot, the person should do, you do that the whole spine is bent, you see the vertebrae from outside, and so on and so forth. So you don't do it. Right? The Highland Shabbat is just show Hakarat Rosh, you bring it down, bow slightly in the way that it would be accomplishing both. You don't look like a little bit, but you're also not doing the full on Kriyah, which would become potentially a problem. Now, we mentioned already that the Danish kind of Nusach that we have, say, without אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, אז אנחנו מתנחלים. It's simple. Or, when we see משתחווים also, קוראים, אז אנחנו קוראים משתחווים. We even don't have clothing. Mishtachavim usually means you back and you place on the floor, hold your hands and open on the floor. That's what it means. Mention it. Even good and Mishtachavim means that. And we don't do that. The Ben Shai Torah Nishma writes that that's not a problem because Mishtachavim, even if you do a little bit, the Tzach of Mishtachavim is also considered Mishtachavim. The Baal is not even if it's not your line still fits the word. And therefore, it's fine to say that it's not shekel alone to say it. Fine. Now, if you hear the Bahar or the Kahish, or Amen, when the Sibur is saying, Shem Mishtachavim Lahevel Rularim, right? And you're going to say Amen, right? The Goyim bow to nothingness and focus on nothing. They say Amen in that moment, but they say Shem Mishtachavim, or they say Mishalim Elel Shia. The guy says you should not answer because you don't want it to look like you said Amen on that. Our says that even though that you have to be careful not to get into this type of scenario, but once you get in, you get into this scenario, you should you could still answer Amen, no problem, and you just answer Amen quietly, and your kavanah is of course to Shamayim, and that will be fine. There's no problem with that whatsoever. Now, this time we said you have to bow a little bit, not to look like a kofir. When they say "Anachnu mishtachavim," the way the Ben Ish Chai puts it is that you should do your body and your head in one ishtachavaya. Like instead of doing two-step ishtachavaya, like we have in Shlomo that you do the body and the head afterwards. Here you do one shot. To go down, you don't do it in two steps to show a difference between the tefillah and this. Hence, you're not transgressing the institution of Chazal of where to bow, where not to bow. You're changing from the bow the way you should do. Fine. Now, the Ben Ish Chai also writes that Api has sold, Api Kabbalah, a person should have Kabbalah when they bow by Alon Shabeach to bring down Or HaMakif, the outer light, to the Olamot. This again, in Tefillah you have a lot of contrast between Or HaPnimi and Or HaMakif, and Talit, and different stages of Tefillah. Here, when the Tefillah is coming to a close, you need Or HaMakif at the very end. That's what the Shtachavaya of Aaron Shabeach accomplishes. Again, back to what we said before, how important Aaron Shabeach is. A Shevach Norah, a tremendous praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And, again, the Torah Nishma writes that you don't need a very long bowing. You do it in the amount of time it takes to say the pasuk in Divrei Yamim, Vayechru apayim arsa al haritzpah, Vayishtachavu, Vehodot Hashem ki tov ki l'olam haseh. That's the. If you say that fast, it's not so long, but nevertheless, I think most people don't even do that. Small small bending of themselves to show that it's not a kfirah, A person that is found, he finds himself in the tzibur that's saying Al Shabbat. You're not part of it. You're passing through the midrash, or you're sitting by the golem, or they have a minyan there, or go to the Ma'aravi. Different multiple minyanim. In such cases, you should also bow with them to show that you're not kofir, even though that you're not really davening with them. That's what the Mishna writes. Nobody agrees with that as well. You don't want to be standing out. The person should not be Yoshev ben Haldim or Ben ben Yoshim. You don't want to change the status quo of the tzibur. Whatever they do, we want to the tzibur to look like a confirmative tzibur, that they're all doing the same thing, especially when they bow. And you don't bow, it looks like you don't believe in it. Therefore, this is the mishkah you should do. Right? Now, we mentioned the Ramah who says the Kaddish Atom is after Al Shabbat, is Minhag Ashkenazim, of course, by us, the Shchak of Chaim Parwadia, Yitzhak Shaul, all, right, that our Minhag used to say before Al Shabbat, followed by the Baruch, and the Mishchai writes that people think that Kaddish Atom is only the one that's before Al Shabbat in Shacharit and Arvit, when we have Baruch afterwards. Has nothing to do with Baruch, Kaddish Atom, right? Even the Kaddish in Mincha, Kaddish before Al Shabbat, even though it doesn't have Baruch, we still consider Kaddish Atom, and it has the same thing. Now, I want to make one more clarification. Many people at the end of Kriyat Torah, those are minhagis that the Oleh Shlishi, Revi, whatever it is, last Oleh, Shvi'i on Shabbat, Shlim makes a Kaddish, right? Ashkenazim, the minhag is, generally speaking, that the Baal Korah says the Kaddish. Now by us, I've seen a new minhag in some places that the one that gets the last aliyah brings somebody else who is in the midst of their 12 months of Avelut to say the Kaddish instead of themselves. That's not the correct minhag. It's never a minhag, you never saw it, you never heard of it. And it's not actually good. Why? Because when he's going to say Kaddish, he's going to have his own family member that's deceased in mind. Whereas the Kaddish that was instituted, said after Torah reading, was instituted to be said for those who do not have anyone saying Kaddish for them. Many people don't have anyone to say Kaddish. That's the right kavanah. You stand there saying Kaddish, say Kaddish for all those who don't have anyone saying Kaddish for them. So better that now if a person gets an aliyah, buys the mashkim because they want to say Kaddish, another extra Kaddish, but their mother or father or whatnot, it's beautiful. But they should also bear in mind this is a general collective Kaddish that has been instituted to be said for everyone else as well. We'll end here with Shlomo pick this up again in the days to come.
It's not there. Gotta hit end stream.